get him back. I want my Teddy.
But, honey, she's just a child. You can't expect a
campaign.
Well, hi, Blanche.
Oh.
Blanche, what's the matter?
You know that attorney I've been dating? I caught him handling melons at the A&P.
And I take it they weren't yours.
You missed my point, Dorothy. He told me he was a lawyer. Turns out he's a fruit waxer.
Sophia, don't mind me. The Best of Carson is coming on.
In here.
No, Blanche, in Hollywood, but they pipe it through these little wires and it comes out of it.
I really have to say good night now. Thanks for everything.
Why? You didn't get everything.
Oh, all right, Ma, all right. We'll give it a try. But, Ma, if anything goes wrong, we stop.
Relax. There are some things you never forget. Driving a car is like making love. In both cases, a mirror makes objects appear larger than they really are.
Oh, my Lord, look who just walked in.
Who?
Floyd. And look at that young thing with him. Why, she's half his age.
She's half your age.
I'll handle everything. I'm a salesman. I deal with people all the time. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Shut up, Stan.
Mellow out, Dorothy. Once we get in there, we have to exercise psychological control. That's why I'm wearing this suit.
You make me sick.
Hey, everyone knows good guys wear white. This suit subliminally tells the auditor I'm a good guy.
I could vomit just looking at you.
A woman who came to this country in search of a better life, as have done millions of immigrants throughout history. Why, this picture is a symbol of freedom. This picture is a symbol of liberty. This picture was made in Taiwan. Maybe they stopped off at the Ellis Island gift shop.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I promise that I will say Hail Marys until Madonna has a hit movie.
Hi. Here's my $8. Let's get started, Dorothy.
Oh, I'm not Dorothy. She is.
I'll give you $4. Let's get started.
How would you like your rear end kicked across the street?
Oh, great. Here's the other $4.
Dorothy, you gonna show me the dress or not?
Be right there.
Get a move on. If you hurry up, I can give you an honest, unbiased opinion. And you'll still have time to return it before the mall closes tonight.
Hello, girls. Dorothy Rose, you all remember Laszlo?
Of course, Laszlo, the artist from your museum. Oh, we really enjoyed your lecture on modern sculpture.
I didn't think anyone was paying attention.
Oh, we sure were. Especially Dorothy. She even talked about taking up sculpting.
Really, Dorothy?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said you'd like to help him mold his clay or buff his marble anytime. I wonder if he knows which one of us he wants. I mean, he told me that I had something that Blanche didn't have, and he probably told Dorothy she had something that I don't. Maybe now he's back to Blanche.
I think he's been very unfair. We really ought to all stop going, then he'd have no sculpture.
It would serve him right.
Yes, it would.
Well, all right then, girls. Let's make a pact. None of us will go back. And we'll seal it by both of you giving me your keys, and I'll keep all three of them safe in my coat chest.
Gee, that might even get you on the 6 o'clock news.
Well, the table on the lanai is all set. I guess Rebecca should be here with Jeremy any minute.
Blanche, did Rebecca bring Jeremy to Miami just to meet you?
I don't know. She didn't say, and I didn't want to ask.
Oh, but you think he might be her boyfriend?
Oh, I don't think so. I didn't see any pictures of him when I went through her things.
I remember my mother making me practice the tuba 3 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10 years. Oh, I hated it. But it finally paid off.
I didn't know you played the tuba.
Oh, I don't. No, I gave it up. But I can blow 32 pounds of air into a tire in less than a minute.
Rose, honey, would you pass me the tuffet?
Oh, with pleasure, Blanche.
Thank you, Rose.
You're more than welcome, Blanche. You can always count on me to hand you the toffee.
I know. That's why I always ask you.
You know, I think I saw Jack and Janet give Chrissy this treatment on an episode of Three's Company.
Oh, at last a reference from Dorothy that even we illiterates can understand.
I guess her well of knowledge has run dry. That's a metaphor, Dorothy.
Please, I haven't been able to find those since I nursed your brother Phil. But I did find the tickets to the game show.
Sophia! You're kidding!
Oh, I forgot. I put them there for safekeeping.
Oh, Ma, I could just kiss you.
Not until we locate a toothbrush, okay?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed Michael didn't want to go in the novelty business with me.
Yes, it was a crushing blow when he decided to join the Boston Philharmonic instead of selling rubber dog poop door to door.
Don't knock the novelty business, Snookums. Rubber dog poop and joy buzzers provided very nicely for you, the two kids.
And several stewardesses.
Is it safe?
Come in. Ma's at the drugstore. Come in, but make it quick.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, let's go. I really feel so terrible about running out on Ma like that.
I don't.
Hey, give it a rest, Raymond. You're in her mouth more than her dentist.
I didn't even know you when I kept that diary.
What are you talking about?
That was my 4-H diary. I kept it one summer when I raised 2 pigs for the county fair.
You kept a diary about raising 2 pigs.
You know another way to get a 4-H pig diary badge? Oh, girls, I am so excited. Now that Al's retired, we'll have so much time together.
He's really pretty special to you, isn't he?
Oh, he's more than special. I think I'm falling for him. But then who wouldn't? He's sensitive, he's caring, and he thinks I'm neater than hard salami.
Did he actually tell you that, Will? Oh, come on. Now, what is going on? Why are you guys on this sudden exercise kick?
The Harlan twins have asked Rose and me to spend next weekend with them.
Cruising in the Bahamas.
Oh, so you're trying to lose weight.
Oh, more than lose weight, Dorothy. We're giving ourselves a total makeover. I'm in charge of fitness. Blanche is in charge of beauty.
Who's in charge of distracting the twins while the two of you have your swimsuits on? Look, Mrs. Wagner, I'm not thrilled about my son marrying your daughter either.
Oh, yeah? Why? You got something against black people?
Of course not. And I resent the insinuation. Why, we firmly believe that all men are created equal.
That's a bunch of baloney.
Right.
Well, it is. If you don't believe me, just turn on your television set and watch a white person dance down the line on Soul Train. There he is.
Dorothy, can I ask you a question? What do you think I ought to do with my bed?
Put it in the Smithsonian, Blanche. It has more miles on it than the Spirit of St. Louis.
I am serious. What do you think I should do?
Come on now, Blanche. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Please, and bet she only knows the difference between right and left.
Hello? Charlie! Hey, everyone, it's Charlie Jr. Oh, guess what? He says it's cold in Minnesota.
Get out of here.
Charlie, is it cold enough that if you put your tongue on something metal, it'll stick? Sure, I'll hold.
Dorothy, you don't mean that.
Hell, I don't. This is all your fault, Stanley.
Look, Dorothy, it doesn't matter who's to blame here. The point is we're in this together. Now, if you don't want to cooperate, fine, but you're only going to be hurting yourself.
You're right, and I hate you for it.
What's all the racket?
Oh, nothing. I could just murder Stan. He bought a Corvette without telling me.
So what are you complaining about? Your father used to do things without telling me all the time. How do you think I got pregnant with your brother Phil?
Listen, Daisy, I don't like being intimidated. I do not like being threatened. And frankly, kid, I don't like you. And I am not going to buy you anything. And I'm going to tell your folks what you're doing. And then I'm going to call the school for bad girls. And they will come and pick you up and put you in a sack and take you away. And you will never eat ice cream or play jump rope again.
Because I want to buy a TV for my bedroom.
Ma, we have a perfectly good TV set in the living room.
Yeah, but you never let me watch what I like. And I want to make sure I don't miss that final episode of MASH I've been hearing so much about.
Sophia, honey, that show hasn't been on in years.
Is Hotel still on? Just answer.
Yes, Ma, I think you're cute.
Would you say cute, verging on adorable?
Sophia, what's this all about?
Just picture my face on this jar filled with my tomato sauce. We could put Paul Newman out of business.
Ma, if you had your choice of a spaghetti sauce with your picture on it or Paul Newman's picture on it, which would you choose?
Back to square one?
Poor baby. This morning he was so full of life, and now he looks just terrible.
Rose, honey, don't torture yourself. Now, baby is very, very old. Whenever one of God's creatures outlives its normal life expectancy, why, it can go at any minute.
Would you mind not looking at me when you say that?
I'm sorry I'm late, but I had to go downtown to get some special herbs. I'm throwing together another little aphrodisiac for Blanche. I better get to my work.
Girls, we can't fire her now. She's making me an aphrodisiac.
Use vodka and black underwear like everyone else. Wait a minute, Rose. Honey, if you didn't like your aunt, then why are you so upset?
Because I'll have to speak at her funeral. I'm terrified of speaking in front of people. It's my biggest fear in the world.
Why can't somebody else speak?
Good next in looking.
I'm so proud of you, Dorothy. You're just doing beautifully. Nobody would dream you have a fear of flying, unless they happen to glance at the bruises on my forearm. You think maybe you could hold on to something else for a while, honey?
Oh, of course, honey. I'm sorry. Oh, this has to be some kind of joke.
No, it isn't. Look at this. This is an official document to Rose from the Premier of Russia.
But why would he want to meet the same woman who once said, if the city of Atlantis is lost, how can Bobby Vinton appear there twice a year?
I don't know. It's a hunch. I can't put my finger on it, but if I could, I would have to wash it.
Ma, do me one favor. Stay here until we're finished.
I can't believe you think your own mother would embarrass you.
It's not that, Ma. It's that, Ma.
What do you say about my hunches now, Dorothy? 5 more minutes, I would have had it.
Ma, how could you know? No one knew.
Please, look at his nose. Of course he's Italian.
Michael, Janet, LaToya, Tito.
Rose!
And then there's Stonewall Jackson, but I don't remember him on the victory tour.
Blanche, I'd better be going now.
Well, all right, but before you do, I just want to thank you for a lovely evening.
Oh, I guess he bought dinner. So, when I pulled out my license to show her, everyone saw it was expired. It made me feel old, Dorothy. I want to learn again.
Oh, come on. Ma, you're 81 years old. Your eyesight is weaker, your reflexes are slower.
And who are you, Magic Johnson?
If you don't mind, Blanche, I'd like to pay for lunch.
Oh, don't be silly, Swain.
I mean it. You gave me a great tour of the city today. I don't think we have that many women's shoe stores in my whole country.
Buenos días, señoritas.
Hi. Buenos días, ¿cómo está? Qué hermoso todo tu dinero.
Please, don't hurt me. Just take my money.
I'm sorry, I think I got my verbs mixed up.
Thanks a lot, lady.
Is that sign Doug?
Yes.
I know him. He's a sick man.
I'm terribly sorry for this mix-up. Goodbye. Oh, my God, I don't believe this. I'm going to call the cops if you don't get out of here right away, you pervert.
Hi, Father Rossi. Here's the canned goods for the needy.
Rose, you're every bit as lovely as the picture Charlie used to carry. See you tomorrow.
What a sweet man.
Absolutely charming. And he obviously idolized your Charlie.
And more importantly, he wasn't wearing a wedding ring.
Oh, Blanche, don't be silly.
Well, I only checked it out when I noticed him giving me the eye.
Nobody whistled and 2 guys went home sick.
Hi, girls.
Oh, hi, Rose.
Sophia, what are you doing with that heavy coat on inside the house?
You tell me, Rose.
Dorothy, was Sophia naked just now, or does her dress really need ironing?
Tell me honestly, Blanche, do you have any reason to believe that Laszlo might be interested in you?
Well, just the fact that on numerous occasions he has referred to me as his greatest artistic inspiration ever, bar none.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, let's face it, girls. We have no idea which one of us Laszlo wants to use.
Well, I think it's obvious, Dorothy. The man is an artist. He has taste. He cannot help but pick the woman with the most grace, the most style, the most femininity.
Hi, Sophia. How was your meeting?
Terrible. That weasel of a manager wouldn't budge an inch. He pushed us to the wall. Now it's all out war.
What do you mean, Mom?
Tomorrow morning, all Chow Wagon employees over the age of 70 are officially out on strike.
You're going to pick at the restaurant?
No, Rose, we're going to put on war paint and shoot flaming arrows at the covered wagon out front.
Kept tossing and turning, thinking about the terrible mistake I made.
Blanche, you did the right thing.
You're only saying that because you're my friend, Rose. Sophia, tell me the truth. Am I a bad mother?
You did what you had to do.
Well, then why do I feel so terrible?
Because it is not easy being a mother. If it were easy, fathers would do it.
Like when I say men are blinded by my beauty. They're not really blinded. They get their sight back in a day or two.
Oh, Barbara, this is my mother, Sophia.
Sophia, your daughter is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met.
Boy, you writers never stop using your imagination. Well, goodbye.
I'm sorry, ladies, but without a description, there's absolutely nothing we can do. But if you remember anything, give me a call.
How about if I just want to say hello?
Dorothy, I'm in the ladies' room. I look in my brassiere. What do you think I find?
Hopefully what we all find when we look at it.
In the case of Felder, like a cutting a loose. Dorothy!
Uncle Angelo, it is so good to see you.
Dorothy, you know something? You look more beautiful now than you did on your wedding day.
You just used up all 50 Hail Marys on that one.
Why don't you just tell Sophia how you feel?
It'll hurt her feelings, and right now, we're the only friends she has.
Oh, I think that's sweet.
I think it's unnatural, and I'm from the South. I mean, what do you do when you and Raymond want to, make love?
Blanche!
Well, it's bound to come up. How do you handle it?
Yeah, Dorothy, how do you handle it?
Honey, hi, Dorothy. Honey, can I talk to you?
No, go away.
But I can't sleep, Sophia, and it's all because Rose isn't talking to me.
I could care less. Now get out of my room.
Sophia?
I'm not in. Wait for the beep, then leave a message. Beep.
Hi, this is Rose. Hi, girls. Why don't you pour yourself some champagne? We're celebrating Al's retirement.
So you finally went through with it, huh, Al?
Yep. I finally called it quits at the deli. Sold it all. Locks, stock, and barrel. Get it? Locks.
He made up that joke yesterday, but it's just as funny now as it was then.
Some jokes are timeless.
I'm going to call Al and tell him I'll sail around the world with him.
Sophia, did Vincenzo really say all that?
Of course not. He's a carpenter. I'm a philosopher. He said he wants everyone out of the garage until the work is completed.
But why?
Because to an old guy with cataracts, you two look like Swedish stewardesses. Old age can play a lot of cruel jokes.
Mama, Aunt Trudy, Aunt Libby, this is Blanche Devereaux. Hello. This is Rose Nyland. Hello. And this is Michael's mother, Dorothy. And this is Michael.
This is Michael.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Mama, we talked about this. I told you he was younger.
Yes, but you sure didn't tell me he was white.
I see your point.
Hi. Well, Rose, I thought you had a date with Mr. Terrific.
Oh, he'll be over in a little while. The producer had to have an important meeting with him after the show.
Actually, I have a feeling it was to discuss some of the recommendations that I made.
I hope he recommended he do some exercise. A man shouldn't be allowed to wear tights unless he's got a butt like Baryshnikov.
Dorothy.
Oh, thank God you came when you did. I thought she was going to strangle me.
I take it you weren't able
We'll
to...
figure something out. Meanwhile, we really should get going.
Yeah, well, I'll call you next week, Mama. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye, sweetheart.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, right.
I think I got one.
Where?
Past the lifeguard stand.
Bald guy about 20 yards out?
Yeah? Yeah, watch his face. Huh? Am I right?
You got one, no doubt about it. That gentleman just peed in the ocean.
How many is that today? 3, 4?
But that wasn't a scheme, Sophia. That was a legitimate business.
And we lost our shirts. That's the beauty of this water thing. You can't lose. It's a ripoff, pure and simple. That's why the French were the first ones to come up with it.
I will never forget the look on your face when Dorothy and I tangoed onto the floor.
And I will never forget the look on your faces when you were disqualified and I won the $1,000.
And it was so sporting of you to share your winnings. With my $10, I got that can opener I always wanted.
Don't look at me. I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Because what you two are doing is making me sick. Degrading yourself by living with a filthy animal. And for what? Money. It's humiliating. I don't want any part of it.
What if we cut you in?
What time does he eat?
Girls, come quick, baby just collapsed.
25 grand in 10 seconds? Now I know how Johnny Carson feels.
Morning, everyone. Oh, Marguerite, I feel so terrible. What's the matter with her?
She's a little upset. She just found out that Gene Shalit wants his hair to look that way.
The mail's here.
Rose, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. It's just a letter I got.
It's bad news.
Oh, that's eerie. I had the same feeling.
My Aunt Gretchen in Fort Lauderdale died.
Oh, honey,
Rose.
I'm sorry. Were you close to your Aunt Gretchen?
No, I couldn't stand her. Well, then I'm not going either.
Oh, I don't believe my ears. Girls, the entire purpose of this trip is to conquer our fears. Why, if we back out now, that'll mean our fears have conquered us. And I will not allow that. We are going to march out that door right now like the strong, confident women I know we are. Chins up, chests out, buttocks tight. I know buttocks tight has nothing to do with it. It just looks good.
Does Rose Nyland live here?
Oh, I'm sorry, you missed her. She just left with her cadet troop.
Could we help you?
I am Alexei Bovinov from the Russian embassy. Premier Gorbachev read Rose's letter and would like to meet with her.
Ma, you promised you'd stay in your room until the meeting was over.
Who am I, Alf? I was hungry.
You were spying.
So what? He's a wimp, Dorothy.
For your information, Gil Kessler is a very bright man, an honest and devoted civic leader, and probably the biggest wimp I've ever known in my life.
In 1968, I had an operation. Until that time, I lived life as part-time stenographer and mild-mannered housewife, Anna Maria Bonaducci.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, now you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose,
I can't sleep.
try counting sheep.
I can't count sheep. I'm allergic to wool.
Dorothy, I want a driver's license.
What for?
I'm doing a lot of stunt work in the new Burt Reynolds movie. Why do you think?
Come on, Ma, you haven't driven in years. Why is this coming up now?
This morning at the center, Gladys Weinstock and I had a fight. We both claim we're natural redheads, but of course at our age, we can't prove it anymore.
Why don't you take Sven around?
I don't think I feel like sightseeing.
Oh, it might do you good, Blanche.
I know it'll do you good, and it's certainly a lot healthier than sitting here in the house stewing all day.
Maybe you're right. An active day out on the town with a handsome young man just might take my mind completely off old what's his name.
Floyd.
When I sat behind the wheel, people noticed me. People paid attention. That car was a chick magnet.
That is it, Stanley. That's it. Get out. Get out. Get out of my house!
Whoa, whoa,
Get out of
wait
my
a
life!
second. Dorothy, what about the order? We can get into a lot of trouble here. We could even wind up in jail.
Good, good. I want you to go to jail. And I want a big, bald convict named Bubba to pick you for his girlfriend. And here I am, flat broke.
I know what you mean. I never dreamt I'd be single and working at this age.
I never dreamt I'd be this age.
Let me tell you girls the 3 most important things I learned about life. Number 1, hold fast to your friends. Number 2, there's no such thing as security. And number 3, don't go see Ishtar.
Oh, Rose, this is the personals column.
So what?
So what? You put an ad in the personals column that said I will do anything for $8 an hour? Look, it's right under an ad that reads, history professor seeking non-smoking Oriental woman who was into Wesson oil and bears a resemblance to Florence Henderson.
This is just amazing. How did you ever find Rose after all this time?
I got Rose's address from Charlie's Army pension records, and I realized a lifetime had passed, and I never laid eyes on my old chum's favorite girl. So I made myself a promise. If I was ever in the area, I'd pay my respects.
Buddy, would you like to stay for dinner? I'm making sweet and sour smelt kebabs.
Actually, it was Del Monte prune juice. It's free at the center. It's a come-on. They make their real money on the padded toilet seat rentals.
So what happened to your clothes?
Maury took them to have them clean. Dorothy, I still can't believe it happened. I've never been so humiliated.
Ma, honey, there's no reason for you to be embarrassed. He plays tricks on everybody.
I'm talking about on my way home. My belt came loose in front of a construction site.
Oh, what about the fact that he dumped you for me?
Oh!
Laszlo, Ma.
Who's Laszlo?
A Hungarian artist we've all been posing nude for.
In the future, a simple, none of your business, Sophia, will suffice.
Because we can fix it. I'm going to put you on a diet, baby, and I'm going to make you stay on it.
Mama, I don't want your help. I'm happy just the way I am.
Happy, baby. Look at yourself. How could you be happy?
You're the one that's not happy, Mama. You're doing it again. You'll tell me how to live my life.
What do you mean?
Nothing's ever enough for you. It wasn't enough that I was pretty. I had to be the prettiest. Or that I was popular. I had to be the most popular. Or that I was bright. I had to be the brightest.
Well, that didn't mean you had to run out and become the fattest.
Boy, I remember when I was a little girl when we'd get depressed. Grandma could always cheer us up. She'd take out her dentures and she'd take a healthy swig from the aquarium. And then she'd put a flashlight under her chin and we could watch the goldfish swim from cheek to cheek.
Did you have a problem with my book, dear?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. All those waves, big waves, little waves, dark waves rolling in, page after page. I had to take a Dramamine to get through chapter 3.
Blanche, the waves are a metaphor. You see, a metaphor...
I know what a metaphor is, dear. I'm not a dummy.
Blanche, what's a metaphor?
I don't know. I have to check the tickets. Hand me my purse, Dorothy.
I don't have your purse. Wait a minute, you have mine.
I gave them to you.
Hold everything. I think my purse is missing, too.
So is mine. Girls, you know what this means? Somebody snuck in here while we were asleep and grabbed our dough.
Prince! This man is a prince. Come in, Stan.
I'm sorry I'm late. The rain really tied up the traffic. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hello, Mama Bear. Papa Bear's back in the cave.
I could vomit just looking at you.
Hey, I didn't say all we do is fight. We also talk about sex.
We already talked about sex.
I'm shocked.
Ma, you're gonna miss us. The 4 of us had a lot of good times together.
There have been plenty of headaches, too.
Yeah, but one thing you have to admit, Sophia, it's certainly never dull around here.
Okay.
So, where are you going all dressed up?
Raymond invited me out for an intimate dinner. Actually, it'll be the first time in weeks that we've been anywhere without Ma.
Is that why you sent her off to the drugstore?
You're dumping your own mother?
Faster than CBS dumped Jimmy the Greek.
What's wrong?
I have a problem.
I'll say. You should never have stopped using that depilatory.
Ma, I'm up here.
Oh!
Ma, Rose isn't talking to me.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Now, good luck.
Look, if we don't start seeing results, you are out of here.
Do you know how hard it is to find a good contractor?
Yes, and you're living proof.
Ernie, she didn't mean that. She just got up on the wrong side of a cold, lonely, empty bed.
A good-looking lady like her sleeps alone. I'm shocked.
You're letting a man with taste like that remodel our garage? Well, I'm a little bit rusty, but I think he said, picture it, Sicily, 1939. The war is on. A promising young architect is offered a job to spearhead construction of a new wing at the Vatican.
Wait a minute, Ma. You say your Italian is rusty, but you know the word for spearhead?
It was my brother's nickname for a while as a child.
You are impossible.
Hello, we're a little early. I'm Greta Wagner, and these are my sisters, Trudy and Libby.
I'm so sorry. The house is such a mess.
Why, it's neater than our maid ever gets ours. I'd hire you anytime.
I haven't had a decent night's sleep in weeks. Every time I climb into bed, I feel guilty.
Take down the video equipment.
I'm talking about the brass bed. I shouldn't have kept it. Rose was right. It's just like stealing.
Then call the store and return it.
Oh, I can't do that. I've had it over 3 weeks. They won't take it back.
How much wear can you give a bed in just 3 weeks?
I'll give you 1,000. You know, Dorothy, I'm glad Stanley married you. You love him, but you're tough on him, and he needs that.
Then why are you so mean to me?
Because if Stanley knew I liked you, he'd hang around here all the time. He's a yutz. Who needs him around here?
She's a very sweet kid. She'll understand.
I tried that. She said no.
What do you mean?
She's not a sweet kid anymore. She's holding Fernando for ransom.
Come on.
Dorothy, she sent me one of his ears.
Darling.
Congratulations.
Oh, listen, we were going to give you your wedding gift tomorrow, but since we won't see you, why don't you take it home with you tonight?
Oh, thank you.
Good night. Dorothy, are you crazy? We're going to lose a fortune on this wedding.
And you let her march out that door with your best piece of crystal.
Hello, police? Yeah, I'd like to report a robbery.
Fine, just doing fine.
Terrific.
You know, this reminds me of the big dance back in St. Olaf to kick off Pretzel Week. My Uncle Gunther after the great beer nut shortage of 29.
Foul, foul! Send a judge over here. This woman is trying to put us to sleep.
I'll call my relatives and see if somebody can take him off my hands.
Him and the $100,000. Remember, Blanche, the pig is going to drop any day.
Rose, come back here, honey. I guess maybe I was a little bit too hasty. Baby isn't really all that much trouble. Heck, this is an old nightgown, and, well, he is kind of cute.
And he's not the first pig to watch you take a shower, and that's my last pig joke, I swear it.
Okay, go ahead and fire her, Dorothy.
But why should I be the one to fire her?
You're the meanest.
Blanche, that's not true. Dorothy just looks the meanest. We hired Marguerite together, we fire her together.
Thank you, Rose. And by the way, you look the dumbest.
All right, you twisted my arm.
It's good.
It's delicious.
It's garbage.
No, what are you talking about?
You can't fool me. I watched your faces. Neither one of you got the look.
What look?
The look that every cook knows and dreams about. The look of total instant pleasure. Your father put that look on my face once. Of course I'm all right. It's just that halfway to the contest I realized I forgot the wine.
For your muscles, Marinara?
No, for me. I always drink wine during cooking contests and my sister Sam.
Dorothy, Sophia's not sick. She didn't eat a bad cannoli. So whoever called and said that was just making the whole thing up.
I'm so glad those little heathens finally left.
Oh, me too. I am exhausted.
Oh, I just don't think I'd have the energy to raise any more children. Although I am still in my childbearing years.
Sure, Blanche, you and Imogene Coker.
Oh my God, they're back.
Oh, now I know how the family and Poltergeist felt.
Dorothy, Rose, and Blanche. With people like them to support me, I'm proud just to be running for city councilman. So good night. And remember my slogan, Gil Kessler for city councilman.
You call that a slogan?
Excuse me.
Easy on the arm, Dorothy. You break it, you pay for it.
Blanche, I said hello.
I don't normally speak to people who call me a liar.
Now look, Blanche, we're in public now. There's no reason to be hostile.
Oh, yes, there is. I don't like you.
And horizontal stripes make you look like Roger Ebert. There, now do you really want to put this on a childish level of name-calling?
Yes.
So do I.
Traitor.
Tramp.
Backstabber.
Homewrecker.
Indian giver. Hi, Blanche. Hi, Ted. How was your date?
It's not over yet. What are you doing up?
I still can't sleep.
I don't want to seem insensitive, Rose, but that's your problem. Get out.
Blanche, that does seem a little insensitive.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Good night, Ted, and goodbye.
Bye.
Collins, party of two, please.
Oh, may I borrow this one? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The gentleman at table 5 in the blue suit is impotent. Bon appetit. Rose, what's wrong?
Oh, that was the counseling center. I have to work today. Now who's going to show Sven the sights?
Forget it. The only sights we're seeing is the empty parking lot behind the mall.
I already showed him that.
Hey, so I didn't make the cover of Fortune. I'm just trying to do something to make things better for us. All our friends were moving up and we were stuck with a one-way ticket to Palookaville. I wanted to be someone, babe. I wanted to be a contender.
Stanley, did you just rent on the waterfront? I only have half of the $2,500, and since I don't qualify for a bank loan, I'm just going to have to sell some of my stuff.
Hold it. No daughter of mine is selling her stuff. It's a sin, it's a crime, and let's face it, Dorothy, lately you can't give it away.
Willing to do anything, $8 an hour, no job too big or small?
Yes, of course. Please come in. I'm sorry, I didn't expect people to actually come here. I just figured, that I would be going to them.
That's the way it'll work in the future, when my video camera gets back from the shop.
So tell me, what type of work is it that you need done, Mr.
Toto.
Mr. Toto?
Oh, no, mister. Just Toto. You're Dorothy, and I'm Toto.
Hook up again one day, but, well, believe it or not, I never had the occasion to visit St. Olaf.
Really? You mean not even to change planes for St. Gustav?
Oh, you can't get to St. Gustav by plane, Dorothy. You have to go by toboggan. Of course, traveling in the summer is really rough on the old hiney.
Wise beyond her years. When the cafe is closed, she takes him home with her. 3 glorious days they make love and drink wine. He returns to his command, prepared to lead his people through whatever battles need to be fought. Dorothy, that young peasant girl was me. And that young man was Winston Churchill.
You too?
He asked me last Thursday.
Well, I am stunned.
I'm relieved.
Relieved?
Well, sure, the woman you saw in those horrible drawings must have been Dorothy.
Does it bother you that I gained weight?
Oh, I'm just so glad to have you back again. Listen, let's go and I'll show you where you'll be staying so you can unpack your things.
Now I understand why she's sleeping in Blanche's bed. We know it can support the weight of an average female and 2 Venezuelan soccer players.
It's not like Blanche to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
At least not by herself.
No, Blanche is depressed, Rose.
Do you think she's depressed about Rebecca?
No, Rose. She's depressed because Marblehead Manor is only on once a week.
And so Dorothy Parker turned to Alexander Wolcott and said, if you laid all the women in this room end to end, I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Very clever.
Very, very clever.
I can't remember hearing anything more clever. Unless it was last week on Alf when the cat next door...
You know, your father used to do a thing with feathers when we were first married. But he was too lazy to pull them off the chicken, so I put an end to that.
Ma, listen, next time you have an urge to stroll down memory lane, do me a favor. Go by yourself.
The Nazis are coming! The Nazis are coming!
Everybody, grab a gun and go to the basement. Come on. Sophia, now just relax. We're just going over our lines for the Sound of Music. Oh, thank God.
Whoop, it is really coming down.
What's coming down?
I'll make some breakfast.
You know, it's such a shame. You two stuck here and your 40th anniversary stuck with us.
40th anniversary?
Sure. Today's the 25th, isn't it?
Yes, I guess it is.
I remember when my parents celebrated their 40th anniversary. They did the cutest thing. They renewed their marriage vows. You two should do that. I've decided I'm going to run for fashion show chairman.
Well, you're just wasting your time. Who on that fashion committee is going to vote for you? I'm going to win.
Well, I don't see how that's possible. Everybody on the committee is female. Who are you going to sleep with?
Are you insinuating that I cannot win it on merit alone? All women?
Gee, what's my diary doing here? Next to a pair of pliers.
Rose, whatever it is you're thinking, it isn't true.
Good, then George Bush isn't married to his mother.
Hi, ladies. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
No, Ernie, it looks exactly as it did last week and the week before that. Now, when is this garage going to start looking like a guest room?
I don't know. I was talking about my new suit.
Ernie, this is a serious matter. We have a lot of family coming in a few weeks, and you promised us it would be finished.
Mrs. Devereaux, please. Do you want it fast or do you want it good?
Before you answer that, Blanche, the man's talking about a guest room.
Looks like the road company of Cocoon.
Have a little respect. These are all masters of their crafts.
Hi, girls. Who are all these old men?
The Osmond brothers, Rose. The years without Donnie have not been kind to them.
I just can't believe you really feel this way. You know, Lorraine's mother's not the least bit concerned about our age difference.
Well, she's entitled to her opinion.
You know, you are being very small-minded.
You know, a wise philosopher once said, there are no small minds, just big heads.
What the hell does that mean?
I'm not sure. Come to think of it, it wasn't a philosopher, it was Rose.
So how come you're not wearing the terrific lady button I got for you?
Oh, sorry. Yes, right. I'm nuts about that guy.
You'd have to be.
But you know, it's so strange. You have no idea what it's like dating a superhero.
Sure I can. Why, my Stan and Superman had a lot in common. They were both faster than a speeding bullet.
Always has. That's why I make him out to be more than he is.
Then you will give him the money.
No, but I'll give it to you. Under one condition. Don't ever tell Stanley it came from me.
I don't understand.
Well, Stanley has a tendency to be weak. If he knew I was a soft touch, he'd never amount to anything. How much do you need?
$500.
Girls, guess what I found? Fernando.
That's not Fernando.
Well, what do you mean that's not Fernando? How could you tell?
All you have to do is look in his eyes.
Or at the price tag stuck to his back.
Oops. Thanks for trying, Blanche. It's nice to know I have a friend like you who cares.
Hello? Uh-huh. 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 Okay, goodbye. We're back together.
You know, sometimes when you really talk things out like that, you can solve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our charity dance marathon is now entering its 7th hour. Let's give our contestants a great big hand.
Blanche, the people you dated from foreign countries, they play by different rules.
Oh, I'm talking about Baby. I never should have let that filthy barnyard beast in my house in the first place. He ruins my clothes, smells up the whole house, and he likes to watch me take a shower.
He's a pig. There's no accounting for taste.
In biology class, she started telling kids that the human body was made up of 80% Ovaltine. When we were studying World War I, she told us mustard gas was something you got from eating too many hot dogs. That's why to this day in St. Olaf, everyone celebrates the 4th of July with a thin omelet on a bun.
Hi, Ma. What are you making?
History.
Finally perfected your non-rolling meatball?
Hey, just because you have a chin doesn't mean you're Jay Leno.
Ooh, what smells so good in here besides me?
What are you reading, Blanche?
Oh, I'm checking on the weather in the Bahamas. It's going to be in the upper 80s with a nice, gentle breeze. So with that outdoor service, we'll come away with some healthy color.
Aunt Gretchen always loved the sun.
Well, maybe they'll have an open casket.
Girls, would you be terribly disappointed if I took the troop down the block for some pizza?
No!
All right, everybody, in an orderly fashion, let's head for the station wagon. Now, that's not the way to get your good behavior badges. Come on, now, you all know you use both fingers for the sunshine salute. Oh. This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, come on, honey, it's not that bad.
I made a total fool of myself in front of the press. I'm the laughing stock of the entire country. What am I going to tell my mother?
Your mother's from St. Olaf. She'll understand.
Dorothy, I've been chatting with your boy Kessler. Give me another hour. I guarantee I'll have his secret figured out.
What secret?
You got cheese in your ears? I said, give me another hour.
Ooh, get away from me, you bloodhounds. I have nothing to say to you. Except this. From now on, when my name appears in print, it better read Blanche Devereaux, 39. Being a doctor, it must be deeply fulfilling to be able to lay your hands on someone and bring them back to full, pulsating vitality.
Well, I've always believed that the body cures itself. We doctors just help it along.
Actually, I'm starting to feel a little hot. What do you suppose could be causing that?
Have you checked your thermostat?
Why don't you check it for me?
Okay, where is it?
Come again.
They are great kids. One of them plays with matches and stuff, but you don't smoke, do you?
Teddy, you old stud!
I mean, you hang around the master long enough, you're going to pick up a few tricks.
Listen, Ted, I hate to interrupt.
Well, okay. Bye. Sven, I have some bad news.
Is it bad news?
Yes, it's bad.
Were you two the cousins who played the banjo in Deliverance?
We don't want to be late. Oh, darn, I keep forgetting I'm not supposed to speak English. Being bilingual really gets me confused.
Ziploc bags get you confused.
See you girls later.
Adios.
Sophia, you look younger than ever.
Thank you, Stan. And that's a beautiful toupee you're wearing. There, now we're both liars.
I've put away a little money, Dorothy. It's not nearly enough, but you're welcome to it.
Oh, Rose.
Well, I could lend you a couple of $100. I'd planned on putting it toward my cruise to the Bahamas, but what the heck.
Oh, thank you, girls.
I'll just buy a couple of Harry Belafonte tapes.
I really appreciate
And
this.
limbo under the clothesline.
But I can't accept it.
Okay.
Rose, it is not here.
Look again, it has to be.
Rose, I have read every want ad in the paper. Mine is not here. Are you sure you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Dorothy, you told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown.
Could you be...
Buddy Walk!
Buddy Rourke! Oh, Blanche, Dorothy, it's Buddy Rourke. Oh, come on in. Buddy, these are my two best friends, Dorothy and Blanche.
How do you do?
Yeah. Buddy Rourke, after all these years.
You don't know who he is, do you, Rose?
Haven't a clue.
Please, don't be embarrassed. We never met before.
Oh, that does it, Missy. All right, this means war. We'll both keep going. We'll just see who he picks for his sculpture.
Fine, it's going to be me.
No, it's not. It's going to be me.
Girls, I think I can settle this.
All right, Dorothy, tell her who it's going to be.
It's going to be me.
Darling, I have missed you so much.
Oh, I missed you too, Mama.
Come on, maybe we should leave them alone.
Oh, no, don't you leave, girls. Don't you leave. I want my friends here to share my happiness, my enormous happiness. Honey, tell me all about Paris. Where'd you live? Where'd you work?
Where'd you find jeans that size?
Do it ourselves.
Yeah, that'll be the day when you run anywhere.
Do you think you could be a little patient, Jamie?
Look, I know things move kind of slow here at Sunnybrook Farm, but we do have a plane to catch.
Into the kitchen.
What?
You heard me. Into the kitchen right now.
Why don't we invite Barbara Thorndike over for dinner and give her another chance?
Sure, why not, if it makes Dorothy happy? Come on, let's go to the movies. Rose, what was your first impression of me?
I thought you wore too much makeup and were a slut. I was wrong. You don't wear too much makeup.
Fernando, you naughty boy, not the feather.
Blanche, wake up. People are looking at you.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I was having an erotic dream.
Dorothy, it's only for one afternoon. It'll break your uncle's heart if he finds out you're divorced.
Ma, forget it. We're divorced because Stanley cheated on me. He is a loathsome, repulsive creature, and even the thought of pretending to be married to him makes me physically ill.
Fine, but I'm still staying for dinner.
Dorothy, if you don't do this, I'll never speak to you again.
I don't care.
I'll cut you out of the will.
I don't care.
I'll invite Stan to eat over every night for the rest of your life.
How bad can it be? It's just for the day.
Hello. Hi, Walter. How are you? Yeah, I feel like a caged animal in heat, too. Walter, you naughty boy. Keep on talking. What am I wearing? Well, to be perfectly honest, a nun's outfit. Yes, but the chain leads the eye even lower to that huge spare tire. Jutting out over those square, manly hips.
Why don't I just wear a sign that says, "Too ugly to live"?
Fine, but what are you going to hang it from, the chain or the pearl?
Neither. I'm going to spray paint it on my hump.
Well, why are you bringing your life into our living room?
There have been some robberies in Rocco's building, and he asked me to store his valuables.
Yeah, but Ma, we don't have enough space for this stuff.
Don't worry, I have plenty of space in my room. Come on, Rocco.
And listen, when the two of you go in there, I want you to leave the door open.
Yes, Mrs. Cleaver.
Yeah, but it would have been more touching if it hadn't been a felony.
Well, still, though, it just goes to show your hair may turn gray, your skin may wrinkle, but you're never too old for romance. So don't give up, girls.
We're forced to sign a pledge when we're 15 that we won't do any of those things. He keeps people from painting their houses silly colors. I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to sleep on it.
Sleep on it. Men, sex. All I do is listen to your sexual problems. How about my sexual problems?
Ma, what is your sexual problem?
I don't get any.
Buddy and Gretchen weren't people, were they?
Of course not. They were dogs. Gretchen was a Dalmatian and Buddy was a Schnauzer. And Mr. Big Butter wasn't too happy when he ended up with a litter of Schnalmatians.
Wasn't that fun, boys and girls?
Oh, hit the battle Twylar.
Kolak says that I have to return to my home planet of Twylar immediately. So we'll just say goodbye this time until next time, boys and girls, when you turn on your TV sets and hear.
Look, everyone! It's terrific!
I would absolutely love a cup of tea.
Oh, sure, Stanley. Anything you want, sweetheart.
Dorothy, come on, you have to start being nice to her, otherwise she's not going to give us that money.
Look, you ask her for it. She wouldn't refuse you.
You've got to do it, Dorothy. It would break Mama's heart if she knew I was a failure. To her, I have the business sense of a Rockefeller, the looks of a Gary Cooper, and the charm of a Cary Grant.
I'm not surprised. The woman drinks grain alcohol out of a measuring cup.
You think I don't want you here, huh? Well, this is my home, and a man's home is his castle, and in this castle, I'm the king. Capiche?
He's talking nonsense. He must have got hold of the drop in the broom closet.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I want you to move in.
You mean that?
No.
Ah, too bad you said it.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Please.
Hello, xin chào các bạn nha. Hôm nay mình sẽ bầu quả ổi. Ổi đây là ổi mình chảy tại vườn nhà mình nên rất là đảm bảo và ngon. Ổi nhà mình rồng. Mình thích ăn những quả xanh xanh này, nó sẽ giòn hơn. Bây giờ mình sẽ rửa qua. Đây nha các bạn nha. Mình đã rửa qua đi ạ. Do ổi nhà mình rồng nên là mình sẽ không phải ngâm. Mình chỉ rửa qua đi cho nó sạch thôi ạ. Vì ổi nhà mình không có thuốc sâu gì hết. Thơm luôn các bạn ạ.